Hey everybody, I'm Jason Creel and this is the Lawn Care Life. I want to give you an update on my property. I've been updating, doing some videos, just kind of showing the progress, more for people who follow the channel and have an interest in that sort of thing. But if you're new to it, I've got 5.5 acres we bought maybe 8 or 9 months ago, and we are clearing the land and renovating the property. And I like to get advice from the viewers because y'all have some great ideas on how to improve the property. So let me show you the progress. Made a lot of progress this week, and let's check it out. Okay, so one of the biggest accomplishments, you can see the big machine back there in the back, that track hoe, that's what's been clearing the land. One of the biggest things was accomplished was getting a road in here over this creek. And so you can see here there's a lot of gravel. This is a 57 stone, and then we had some larger riprap stone over here. So I got like 25 tons of each. I think 25 tons of this and 25 tons of that. Now this is a creek. Let me just kind of show you what it, not a whole lot of water, but you know, there is water, and it's a fairly deep ditch, and when it rains a lot there's obviously more water, but still nothing crazy that I've seen. But anyway, got a big 20-foot pipe in there and the riprap, and then there's lots of rock underneath and around that pipe, I think, and then a lot of dirt. Anyway, I didn't do it, I just just telling you what he told me. And then of course the other end of the pipe comes out over here. So that's great because now I can get, you know, across the creek no problem. You see where the driveway is out there. I need to get some gravel brought in so it connects to this gravel, and I want to dress it up. You know, obviously you want to probably do some landscaping and make this a nice looking area, but it looks better than it did because at least now you can get across here and you don't have to jump the creek with waterproof boots. And for those of you that know about landscaping, I'm a little bit concerned about this slope right here, if that's gonna wash. You know, if the water comes down that little hill and comes down here, if that's gonna wash the dirt away. So I'm thinking about putting some sort of plants in here on this hillside. Obviously I guess I could, you know, have concrete or some kind of big gravel or something. Maybe we should have used some of this riprap on the other side, just more so to hold the dirt in place. But I don't know, what y'all think about landscaping this entranceway? Because, you know, you got this big tree right here, so it's going to be, you know, at best I'd say partial sun, partial shade, probably a little bit heavier on the shade than the sun, but I would imagine it's cloudy today, so I can't really tell. But at some point this is going to get some sun. But how can I landscape this? Because I want to dress it up. I'm not talking about putting a big, you know, cross beam above it that says what the name of this ranch or anything like that, but at least dressing up, you know, landscape it, hydrangeas, azaleas, something to hold this dirt in place, maybe some kind of evergreen trees. So I don't know, just thought y'all might have some thoughts. Let me hear from you in the comments. I've got deer tracks. You know, I didn't think I had that many deer on the property, but I've seen several deer tracks. I actually saw a raccoon this morning. So but anyway, you come back here, and this is about 2.5 acres of the property. And you know, some of you seen this before. We've got a big oak tree over there, and there's a little bit of brush that needs to be cleared out behind that that's still on my property. And I've got a tree service coming to start hauling all this brush away. They will not let me burn in my area, and I've asked multiple people and they all say the same thing. So there's the machine. We flagged some trees we want to keep, so maybe keep that one. I might keep that pine tree, I'm not sure, but obviously most trees are gone. I flagged that one, but I think I'm going to take it down because it's too much in the middle. And a couple of these other ones I'll probably take out and just leave the ones that are closer to the creek. So we wanted to leave sort of a semi barrier over by the creek to give us some more privacy, and you know, hopefully take some of these out. Probably take that tree out, probably take that pine tree out, so that the middle can be wide open. Because, you know, I want to have this a lot of grass and then grow some things back here, blueberries and figs and muscadines and things like that, but I don't want to be doing, you know, a lot of trimming and stuff like that. So you can see there's a gigantic pine tree that he took out that we were going to leave, but it was just right in the middle of the property, and so we just took it out. So huge pile of limbs. I don't know how many loads it's going to take with the tree service. obviously the less the better for me. And then you come over here and you see our featured oak tree. That's the best looking one, and probably do some sort of area for my kids. I got 4 kids, and they can, you know, maybe build some sort of tree house or something without damaging the tree. And anyway, got a lot of room, and it's fenced in on 3 sides because there's a horse pasture over there, and there's a horse pasture over there, and then back here is the interstate, and there's a fence for that as well. So you know, I think it's going to be nice. We're excited about it. So here's what's going on from here forward. I think he's mostly done clearing back here. He's still got some other areas to clear on the property, but hopefully in another couple of days they'll be done with the clearing. And then I've got somebody coming in with a skid steer, hopefully going to level out this land. And let me tell you all the idea I have for growing grass, and this is where I need some feedback from some of you that have experience doing this. So we get this, you know, graded out with a skid steer. A bulldozer was something we looked into, but it was just going to be a lot more expensive. And so it may not be perfect with a skid steer, but I think we can get it mostly graded out. And the time of this video is mid-July. So I have limited time to be able to grow grass. You know, we have warm season grasses here, and they're really growing fast and aggressive in July and August. But then when you get to September, they're still growing, they start slowing down. So I'm really wanting to get the grass growing as fast as possible, because I don't want to go into winter with very little grass, because if I had that situation, I may have to end up planting some kind of winter ryegrass just to not have a mud pit back here over the winter. So my goal is to get some Bermuda grass growing, and I didn't want to just do common Bermuda, which is fine, but I just wanted a better quality Bermuda. I looked at some of the Bermuda grass seeds that were out there. This Arden 15 is one. There's a I forget the names of some of the other ones that are better seed quality Bermuda, but what I wanted was get the 419 Bermuda, which is what most everybody uses as sod around here. And it's, you know, according to the test and sod studies and things like that, it seems to be the best quality sod. So I was asking a guy yesterday I ran to, and I said, hey, he had worked at a golf course, and when they constructed it, I think, and I said, how do they fill in a fairway on a golf course? I mean, they don't just sod the whole thing. He said, no, they sprig it. And so he was telling me what I can do after I get this leveled off, and this is what I'm planning on doing. I bought a chipper shredder thing that's supposed to be for like chipping, you know, shredding up limbs like that. So like a 3-inch limb, 3-inch and smaller limb. And I thought, well, I've got tons of limbs around here, so I could use it for that. But he said, what you do, you take the chipper shredder, and I may demonstrate this on a later video, and you throw the sod in the shredder and you let it shred it up. And then you just go out there and just spread that sod out. Now it'll have a little bit of roots because you're putting the whole piece of sod in there, or maybe have to cut it in half, I'm not sure. But you're putting it in there with topsoil and roots and everything. So it should have a little bit of roots on the sod. And then I'm just going to kind of spread it out. Now I wish, ideal situation, I wish I could have done that like in, you know, May or June or something, and it would probably been better, and now it would be, you know, growing like crazy. I'm a little late in the game, but you know, it just is what it is. I have to work with the time I've got left. So that's the plan. I'm gonna get, you know, I don't know, 2 or 3 pallets of sod, because if I sodded this like traditional way of putting out sod, I mean, I literally think I might could get 100 pallets and go broke in the process. So I'm thinking 2 or 3 pallets I'll probably do around the house too, and just spread it out and water it like crazy. And then as soon as it gets rooted, I'm gonna fertilize it like crazy. And I said, I wish I had a little bit more time, because the clock's ticking before the grass is gonna start slowing down, unfortunately. But hopefully over the next 2 months, I don't necessarily expect full coverage, but if I can get a lot of it to fill in to where next year I can have a big head start on having a really nice yard back here, and you know, we'll work out all the landscaping and farming and the other things we want to do back here. So anyway, that's the plan. Let me hear your thoughts on that, if that's something that you've ever done before or seen somebody do before successfully, sprigging it, or even the idea that we're going to try with the chipper shredder thing. And then other ideas on the property. Like I said, we're gonna draw a diagram. Hopefully maybe have a walking trail around the perimeter. I do want to do, as I mentioned in another video, like maybe a mini golf hole here, or like a driving range. I got about 150 yards, which is about a 7-iron for me, but they can get some of these reduced flight golf balls that only go about a third the distance. Plus I got young kids, they can come out and hit golf balls, and I think that would be something that would be enjoyable. So that's the update. Got the bridge in, which is good. Got the road in over the creek, which is a good thing. Got most of the land cleared. Hopefully got the tree service coming. Gonna get it graded out hopefully next weekend, and then have a video on chipping and shredding sod and trying to grow grass that way, which will be a lot cheaper. And the good thing is, with the Bermuda, like I said, it's just very aggressively spread. So I know if I can get it started, then it's fine. Now the challenge is gonna be watering it, and that's, you know, I don't have irrigation back here. What I may have to do, one, hope it rains a lot, which would be awesome. But if it doesn't rain a lot, I could put water in my spray truck. I've got a 400-gallon tank on one of my trucks, and I could just put water in it and come out here and just, maybe I ride in the back of the truck and get my wife to drive me around the property and just start spraying, you know. So that's not ideal. Rain sounds better, but I don't want to put the sod out there and go through all that process and then have it just dry up and die. So I think I'm gonna have to keep it really good and water the first week or two. So I appreciate you watching the video. Leave me the comments, let me know your suggestions and tips. I usually get some great information from you. I really appreciate that, and appreciate the support for the channel. Talk to you later. Bye.